Well, what's going on, everyone? It's your hobby hound here, Woof Woof. But, I want to say this is probably the last one or two hockey that I'll be opening. This is just a chance at. I think there are randomly inserted Mario Lemieux autographs, probably one every couple cases or something crazy. But wanted to show off this too. I went into one of Jab's Whatnot streams and won a Shota Imanaga. It's like a rookie rising relic plus a pack of archives, which this is 2019 archives, so it's nothing too like substantial, but maybe a chance at, we'll see, 2019 rookie. The judge, I'm trying to think of who's in there. We got a Michael Chavis, so not so exciting. Eddie Rosario, Colin Moran. So this is just like free stuff that, you know, if you go to people's streams and stuff like that, Whatnot. I've never been lucky getting anything, but you know, I was kind of stoked just to get that. And the pack's like a, I don't know, an extra thing. So not expecting anything. Although, the heck. President of the Hall of Fame, Jeff Idelson. I don't think I've ever heard of him, but an auto, no matter what. Doesn't look like it's a sticker either, so that's cool. Bobby Doer and Marischal. What the heck is the odds on this? It's like I think it's the normal, right? 2 per box or something like that. So, hey, I'm beating the odds. So my luck was twofold. I got lucky getting the Shota, and then I got lucky off that guy, whoever he is. That's win-win. Well, I won't show that. Show that. Maybe I'll get that same kind of luck. Maybe it's going to carry into this box. We shall see. What's going on, Hunter? So yeah, I just wanted to open that before I did this one. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the baseball before the hockey. These things would probably be better like suited for like when I do shows. Just set it up for some kind of yesteryear packs for people. I think I just decided to open it because I have 2 of these. I opened that first one. If you guys remember, there was like substantial paper loss. So I'll see how this goes. Could be the same. I'm not expecting too much, but still could be fun. Do you see that, Clinton? Not sure if anybody saw it. Actually, it only showed a couple of people in the stream. So watch the first part of the stream and you can see that I pulled an auto already, but wasn't from this product. Oh, that's bricked up. That is really bad. Jeez. Can you guys hear that? That is pretty bad off. Definitely be some paper loss to this. I do like how the early Leaf stuff was like a combination of almost studio meets ultra or something. And I mean, the cityscapes in the background are pretty cool. There is Painted Warriors. Not much paper loss to that one, so that's nice. Well, I guess if you're going to get some sort of insert, Grant Fuhr's not bad. Jeff Idelson, yeah, exactly. Who the F, dude? I don't. Is this another? Oh, it's a checklist. I was going to say, is it another insert? Didn't think they did. Oh my God. I absolutely love that helmet. I'm sure it was to protect his jaw, but man, that is great. Like a motorcycle helmet or something. Oh, that's cool. Shout out to Alan and his Rangers. Got the Statue of Liberty shadow in the background. And some kind of electric storm, looks like. Half expecting to see the X-Men there. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. So at least, if I can say anything, I do have one auto pulled, but it was from the freebie pack. But I don't usually win those things, Clinton. I don't usually win, like, people's. Actually, I really don't enter their stuff. And if anything, it probably looked rigged because like I'm a mod in this things. Then I won it. I wonder if I had anybody leave after that. I did say to give the pack to his daughters, but he said that it automatically ships out and he couldn't do anything about it. So I said, all right, I'll just open it. I'll have to make it into a short or something and then show that it was worthwhile. So these are going to have, I'm sure, rookies in it, but I can't think of who the rookies would be. And so far, the paper loss doesn't look all too bad. And there's a little bit of it there. Hard to see, but you can see it on this jersey. So though there may be some. Oh, the Capitals one's cool. Got the cherry trees with Washington in the background. I have a problem with no teams, Hunter. I don't like. I think I shouldn't say no teams. I'm not a Red Wings fan. We have a rivalry in Colorado. Going on, headed to the creek. Hope you're well. Oh boy, yeah, this is really stuck together. There's a Mario, but it's not one of the. Try to get this thing a little bit more in focus. There we go. That's better. Robitaille. This is an insert, I believe, isn't it? Hat Trick Artist. So yeah. A little bit of paper loss on it. I always wonder if the paper loss is from a different card, if it would like come off without destroying the card. Never really tried it. Oh, there's two different inserts in here. The Nordiques, who became the Avalanche. But it's going to have Quebec cityscape in the background. What is this one? Oh, that's not an insert. Whatever it is, though. Oh, so for the expansion teams, you got the Panthers, who are kind of a dynasty now. All they do is win. Brian Hatcher. A lot of old school players in here. You don't like the Blackhawks? Is that because you're... What? What is your team? Yeah, I'm a Avalanche fan, but I also do like the Blackhawks. And I PC'd Brett and Bobby Hull for a long time. I kind of put the brakes on after getting up into the 30s of their autographs. When you have, I don't know, maybe it's just me. When I get that many autographs of one player, I'm always like, am I putting too many eggs in one basket? I don't like turn down the cards if I see them or get them in a trade, but no longer search them out like I used to. Kirk McLean. The Canucks logos, I don't know. This older one's confusing. There's Theo Fleury, who at the time, probably one of the hottest players in the sport. Adam Graves. What's up, Tom? Just because you're a Blues fan, gotcha. Yep, see, that's the rivalries are there. it's understandable if you have certain teams you like, to like not care for the other team. Although, like I was saying with the Cardinals in baseball, I don't like follow it to a T. I mean, I'll collect some of the players, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to watch a game and root them on or anything. Darian Hatcher, the Dallas Stars. Probably not the North Stars there. I'm pretty sure they moved by then. Cicerelli. There's the much maligned in my eyes Red Wings. Don't care for them. Yeah, I can't remember what rookies are out of this set, but nothing like super expensive or anything. Most of the stuff from this era isn't worth a lot. It was almost like a junk hockey era, and it lasted longer. I wouldn't say longer, but lasted a long time. It's interesting. So Detroit cityscape, but whatever the heck that is, I've never seen downtown Detroit. I guess it looks like that. You've been buying a ton of Laddie? Oh, I got you. Yeah, once you get a certain amount of Laddies, I get you. It's like maybe time to like start collecting something else. I mean, I really like the fact that I PC Ernie Banks and Ichiro and a few other players, but when I wind up with like 200-300 numbered cards, and now Ichiro I only have like 4 autos, but when you end up with like a lot of autographs of a player, like Banks, I probably have 50 or more. So I have essentially stopped picking his up unless I find one that's on my list of sets that I like. No, I like, there's certain Red Wings I like too. Yzerman is one. Fedorov. There are some people that I can respect their game for sure. If I hate a team, I'm not blind. You'll see some people who dislike a team and they'll try to like talk smack about some amazing players, and you're just like, come on now. Now you just sound desperate when you're talking about that. There's Rob Blake on the Kings before he joined the Avs, and Cam Neely getting his jersey pulled off. Boy, these are really stuck together though. I really got to go slow when opening them. We have 24 autos. That is a good amount, Clinton. But I'm sure every one of them means something to you. Hey, Tom. So if you watch the beginning of the stream, I opened that pack that Eric sent me. So I got into his like free giveaway, and I got this Imanaga jersey rookie thing. But I opened the pack, and there was an auto in it. I mean, it's a nobody, or it's the president of the Hall of Fame, but still. What up, Bill? Bill showed me some pictures of his Diamond King set that he's putting together. It's pretty crazy. There's like tons of 1-on-1s in it. I helped him with a couple cards, but they weren't the like really rare ones. I'm surprised I didn't have any of those rare ones that he needed. But I think I have more 05 than any year. The collection that I got off of Dean. There's another expansion. We got the Disney Anaheim Mighty Ducks. He bought like a ton of stuff during like the early 2000s. I was talking to Clinton earlier. I went to the storage last night, and I brought home four 3 rows, all full of numbered cards. Now, there's Joe Sakic in his Nordiques. I have a jersey that's split down the center. It's got the Colorado logo and then the Nordiques on the other side. I have 2 of them. So I have the Forsberg and the Sakic one. Yeah, that's what I said, Tom. I was like, who? No, it's all good, Bill. I just, I got all confused, and I was like, then you were like, you had asked me, and I'm like, duh. I think I asked people. You're probably the only person that I've known that I've said, hey, I'd really like to see that. Aside from maybe Gravy Train, who's like sent me a text. Like when he was talking about meeting Schwarby, I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I'd like to see those pictures. And then he sent them. And it's not like me thinking you're not telling the truth or something. It's just I enjoy seeing the hard work people put into the hobby. Especially if they that set you're putting together, that's like one of those things that you need to go to a forum and talk about the fact that you're close on finishing it. At this point, I think if you're putting it together and there's 1-of-1s in there, you might be the closest to completing the set. So maybe there are people out there that would be able to help you with some of the cards that you need. Because, people squirrel that stuff away and they put it in boxes and then never sell it. There are a lot of people. There's a Sandus Ozelinch. There's a lot of people who don't sell any of the cards that they have. And it's not necessarily because they think that there are people who think that they're pure collectors and somehow they should get an award for it. But there are others who just don't like to sell stuff. They don't like dealing with other people. They don't like bargaining. I remember having people set up at my shows that were first-time sellers, and they absolutely hated it because they didn't like the fact that people would start to bargain with them on anything. And I would just have to tell them, that's the name of the game. People come in automatically wanting to bargain. Now, if they're bargaining on every single card, there's an issue. That's just somebody who wants to get it a lot cheaper, but I don't know. I told them that, most of the time it's just going to be a deal here or there, especially on things that they might have the pricing different than that person was expecting. There's a Ty Dome, one of the enforcers back in the day. The Jets, who became the Thrashers. Interesting logo though. Mike Ricci. So we got a lot of the people from this era of the Nordiques that came here and stayed on the team. A lot of them stayed a very long time too, because I think it was the same ownership. Not the same ownership, the same general manager's office or whatever. So people that were already used to dealing with them. I want to say it's the Cronkies that ended up owning the Avs. Same people who owned the St. Louis Rams, I believe. Yeah, Stasny's great. So you need 4 short print rookies to 50 in that. So once you get those, Bill, will the set be done? Yeah, all the Stastnys I enjoy. Even Paul, like just that whole family, you know, like those hockey legacy families are great because, yeah, I mean, getting into the NHL difficult, and maybe it does. Maybe it's some kind of nepo thing. Maybe it opens doors. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe their talent opens the doors, but you just never know. All right, so here's one of the Mario cards. I don't know which ones are autographed out of that. This whole, I believe, is so it's the Gold Leaf All-Stars. So we got Teemu Selanne and Brett Hull. So that's right up your alley there, Hunter. Shout out to Hunter on his team. So Rod Brendamore, another great star from back in the day. Let's see if I can try to not ruin this card. Come on. It actually isn't too bad. So, I'm sure everybody knows the hairstyle for hockey. Always been the mullet. Growing your hair out was part of the how tough of a player you are. You gotta have those flowing locks, man. If you don't have them, you're a girly man. Yeah, he never made the cut. I think he was on there 1 year. Duchesne, I think that's how you say his name. Busch Stadium. That's cool. Yeah, Tom, you sent me that picture. So retail stocked up. I said it at the beginning of the year, man. Mark my words that the discounts will start flowing. It'll be like, if you remember during was it 2016 to like 2018, there was this time where like they couldn't really sell a lot. So everything had a sticker on it and says, was this price reduced? So I can remember getting some blaster boxes for like $8.99, sometimes even less. That's also the time that Topps put the coupons in there. I love those coupons. Walmart lets you double up coupons. So some of the products you could get for like $5. It was great. You'll never get those deals again. I kind of do miss the hobby when it was the thing that people made fun of. Oh, you collect baseball cards? Oh, okay. It's Tom Barrasso. I miss being the outcast. $50 for unlicensed product. Yeah. So in the area, Schaumburg, where you're at, Tom, you think the stock is high because of the shows, or is it just like there are like most retail places realize, or they can see like sales figures for sports cards? Because there's a weird thing here that they don't sell sports cards anymore. I don't know if it's because we have 8 or 10. We have 8. No, it's 10 now. We have 10 LCSs in the Denver metro area. So maybe it's that, but there's a Mike Vernon. I'm not sure. But it's impossible to find anything. I've given up already anyway this year on retail. I finally had Topps settle the package issue, which was the item was stolen from me. If you guys remember at the beginning of the year, I even have video of it. I should probably make a video of the person stealing it, just so I can publicly shame them. I even got the police involved, and the police are like, it didn't specifically show them pick up the package and put it in their hands. I'm like, no, because they sweep it with their leg. They Karate Kid. They did a leg sweep and swept the package down the steps. The person even admitted to it that they kicked the package down the steps, and that if I should just go looking in the bushes, it would be there. Of course, because that's, you know, random packages being kicked into the bushes. They'll be there the next day, won't they? 15 cards isn't bad. You can finish that out. Tony Granado. His sister, was it Cammie? Also played, I think she played Olympic hockey. Is that right? She might also have been a coach at one time. It's been so long. I'm sure that's what it is, the whole fighting over stuff. But it's dumb because you think about a retail outlet, their purpose is to sell stuff. If people get upset about it, just put it behind the counter. Problem solved. I think it's probably also, there's a Brendan Shanahan when he was with the Blues before becoming a Red Wing. I don't know. There's ways to figure it out instead of just completely banning it. It's stupid. Yeah, it's probably maybe they don't want to have someone also buying the cards, because you have to have like a buyer strictly for the cards in the store, because you don't want someone buying a bunch of crappy stuff. I know a lot of times they deal with like a middleman, but those contracts can get funky quick. So rookie Ramon. Navarre. Okay. So if anybody has those cards, let Bill know. The ones he's working on. So that's some crazy paper loss. Pulled the name apart. Pavel Bure with the Canucks. Celebrating a goal. These are really nice cards. Here's my boy, Patrick Waugh. Waiting for a slow rolling puck. And some kind of pad save there, maybe. Some weird poses. Man, I do... This is probably going to be the last ever of product that I go through that is bricked, because it ends up taking twice as long to open this stuff. And then I spend half the time pulling it apart, and I don't actually say the names of the players. There's a Wendell Clark, Paul Coffey, Niedermeyer, Alexander Mogilny, Edgar Gonzalez. There's so many no-name rookies in a lot of those sets. It's crazy. But you'll find that, yeah, even some of those lower ones can go for a lot. There's a Super Mario on the top. Ooh. You can hear that pulling apart there. All right, so we got a hat trick artist, Mogilny. They bricked up your Upper Deck ones? Yeah, Upper Deck for a while there did some weird stuff too, where they treated the cards with that weird gloss, because that's what ends up sticking, is whatever it is becomes like a gelatin in a certain heat. Boy, I have, knock on wood here, there's a ton of different inserts in this. I want to say that the last one, I only got a couple. Trevor Linden, Al McInnes, These are so bricked up, though. This is nuts. Brian Leach. I wonder what Alan is up to today. Pretty sure that a lot of people on their Saturdays, it's family time. I think that's the best way to do this, is kind of move it around while it's inside here still. Ooh, yeah, Stadium Club has certain years that are worse than others. And it truly is where the cards were stored. So these cards weren't breaking up when I can remember opening a box a few years back. But when I started storing them in my storage unit, which isn't climate controlled, ever since then, it's just been horrible. Wow, that's a cool card. Don't let Johnny see this. Probably lose his mind. No, it's not going to be that. I shouldn't say it's not going to be that special of a card, but so far, I want to say that that's the best one pulled. Wow, this thing is great. I can get jazzed about cards like from here too. Some kind of gold signature. Numbered 4 of 10 on the Gretzky. Whoa. So I have almost every card from Nick's sale shipped out now. There's just a few people who I haven't settled up with yet. Once I get those out, I'm looking to talk to her to set up another round of cards. We'll see what we can work out. But I wanted to wait until everything was settled up. I gave her money already, though. Even if people hadn't paid, I sent her money. Even with me not working, I just didn't want her to have to wait. She was patient enough, so I didn't want her to have to wait for others. I'm sorry, Hunter, I missed a few of the things you wrote here. Let's see. 92 Series 2. And then Stadium Club, yeah. Hunter, I do. I asked. I think Jeff's really busy right now. I had asked him directly, like, to find out which cards there were so I could send the label. That email that I'll call him after this. Let me just write myself a note. Call Jeff. Lindsay address. I just don't want you to have to pay for shipping anything. So let me contact him when I get done here. No matter what, I will get you the address if I'm not able to get you the label. And then what I can do is like discount, give you like a $5 credit 1 month or 1 week or something like that. You know what I mean? No matter what, I'll make it right with you, because that's on me for shipping the wrong things. I spoke with her about it, and she said that she got all of her cards, so she wasn't sure. But I'm guessing that it was just an oversight, like maybe half of her shipment came in and she just didn't realize that the other half was in your package there. So I appreciate your honesty. I mean, that should be commended. The fact that you're such an honest person. Not everybody is as honest as you. I wish everybody was. Truly. The world would be a better place. Had Zayman Curry on it. Okay. It's a Darian Hatcher. During this time, I want to say that the Stars were like another team that the Avs. Wow. Look at how bad cut this is, though. I'm like, this is great. This is a really good box, but look at the Leaf logo. Sometimes, oh, look at his eyeball. It makes him almost look, that's kind of disturbing, actually. So here, just so you can see, well, you can tell, it's way too far to the side there. It actually even cuts off the signature series. Oh, this era drove me nuts, though, when they called it a signature series, because they had a facsimile signature. It's like, I can't imagine anybody being super jazzed about getting a fake signature back then. I mean, I guess there were people who did, but like, I can remember like the early basketball sets doing that a lot. And then you get the facsimile autograph, and people are like, yeah, there's only 10,000 of these made, or 100,000 of these made. And I mean, at the time we were like, yeah, that's not too many. Because I want to say that even then they said it was 1 million or more cards being printed of most of the rookies. Can you imagine what it is now? Oh, it's got to be way more than 1 million of each card. We're probably in like the 2 to 5 million. Because I think they can flub the numbers too if they, you know, if they report retail differently than hobby. So you say the production numbers of hobby is this much, the production numbers of retail is this much, and you give them the same number, so the cards kind of look the same, but they're in a different product altogether. Tom, it's got to be well over 1 million, because even back then we would say it was 1 million, but I don't know. I could be wrong. This box is loaded, though. Here is another signature card. This one's a little bit better centered, but the picture's blurry. What is going on? You guys see it? It's like almost like the printing plate moved a little bit. He's got some Vulcan eyebrows, too. Well done, Mr. Gilmore. So I wonder if those numbers, Tom, are just retail. Clinton and I were talking about subsets and sets within the different series. So you got 3 different series for Topps flagship. Each one of them has like 350 to 400 subsets within them. So you're looking at 1,000 to 1,500 different subsets within that 1 year of a particular sport. That's just nuts. And that's how they kind of get away with saying some cards are rare, because maybe it's rare. I mean, when you have like 10 different case hits for one product, that should tell you right there something's off. Oh, here's another Mario. This set is really nice. Got some retro series black and white cards. That's card 2. I want to say that I don't know where that box is from the last time I opened this, but I think last time I got like 4 or 5 of those, so maybe I'll be able to put this set together eventually. Sergei Fedorov and Yves Racine. Yeah, don't remember him. Uh-oh, Nightbot is going crazy. Salvi Perez got his 300th home run. Well, that's good. He's on my fantasy team. Maybe he did something for me. He was sucking it up earlier this year. He was injured for a while, but then he came back and, like, he was horrible. But then he's made up his numbers since then. Oh, not sure I understand, Tom. You're saying plus now you get Topps Chrome update with debut patches. Are you just saying like there's no game use stuff? So Hunter, that those links right there, if you need to contact me directly, if you go to the link tree link, it has like a direct. I'll just contact you. Don't worry about it. You've done enough work trying to get me to send that thing out. I just I know I was waiting for Jeff because he was, you know, getting back and getting all of his stuff in order, and I didn't want to like rush him. But I will just send another message. There's a Mike Madonna. And yet another insert. Almost every pack has had an insert. I don't remember them having hot boxes back then, but this is definitely one. Look at this picture. Also blurry. This is really bizarre. So there's 10 cards in this set. We've already got 4. It's pretty crazy. Hopefully that doesn't mean that all of these are without any kind of insert. Again, these inserts are only like a couple bucks at best. Maybe the Gretzky's are 10 bucks. I did find a 5,000 count box that was just full of Gretzky inserts while I was there. The guy I bought the collection off of was one of the bigger hockey collectors in our state. Like, he would buy a case of cards at a time and just, you know, rip the entire thing. I think that's why he had so many ones that he ended up with really nice cards. Tom, let me know what you mean by that. There's another Iserman. Are you saying that plus now there's another insert within the update? Is that what you're saying? Someone was drunk, man. Like, yeah, what could explain that, like, blurry cards aside from someone being a little tipsy? I mean, I think I understand what you're saying, Tom. You're saying that plus now Chrome has debut patches, so that's one more insert set, right? Oof. Oh, are you just saying debut patches? Panini's been doing that for years, dude. You're talking about somebody who hasn't played yet, but they're... I mean, it's basically to like make the box feel like you're getting more hits. And it's truly no different. Getting a debut patch is no different than getting a... Well, it is different, but it's not much better than getting... what are those things called? Those fake patches that they manufactured patches. So here is yet another one. This is definitely a hot box, guys. I didn't know that you could really get that, but every single one so far. So we've half of those was 18. So I should have close to 18 hits. Almost every pack has. So that is 10, 11. So 11 packs out of the 18 has had an insert. That's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. Rod Brindamore, Alexei Kovalov again. Some of these, there's multiple stars. I have a buddy who's a huge Flyers fan. I am not a Flyers fan, but doesn't mean I dislike the team. It's a cool card. A team card for the Canadians. But it's also a Patrick Waugh card. That's pretty cool within itself. Again, it's probably like this expansion kind of card where it's not like worth much more than a star card, but I like it. I'm pretty sure though that I can tell by the number of people that are hanging out right now that not everybody is into hockey. But hey, I'm enjoying myself because I'm pulling all this weird stuff. It'll be more stuff for the sale tomorrow. So if you're watching this in rerun, anybody who wants to buy some cards on the super cheap, I put a ton more stuff in for the sale. Like these are just like all dollar cards that I threw in there. There's like inserts, different chrome stars. Like there's a ton of ones from this 90. I don't know if it's the highlight set or what. And then these cards, the felt ones that have like it's like a felt. All the cards are New York players, but weird that the base in there have felt all over them. Not even quite like a manufactured patch, but just their way of putting weird stuff on cards. I will be doing the sale tomorrow for sure. Jeff will be there, Hunter, so maybe we can bring that up to him while he's at the sale. That's a great idea. I spoke with him Thursday, and he said that he would be there for sure because he hasn't been to the sale probably for like a month. So I think he's missing out. Ty Dome again. I wonder what the odds are getting a set out of this. So it's like at least 100 cards. Brasso. If anybody watched Andor, that just reminds me, I think one of the characters is named Brasso. Probably not spelt the same way. Oof. You can just hear that crack as it pulls apart. Really cool, though. I do like the lightning background with the Statue of Liberty. All right, no inserts in that one. So the last two packs, nothing, no inserts. So maybe it was just those first packs. It was really lucky. Ooh. It's like a crunchy sound. I don't think there's a way around it. I did try to freeze some of the cards, but I think the damage is already done. Like once it got to that temperature, there's no way to like pull it apart. I think it'd almost be better suited to warm it up when you open it, because then it would maybe match the temperature when it melded itself together. Vincent Damphus. Yeah, these are really stuck together. This is horrible. Jimmy Carson, Arturis Urbane. So there was a set. There's a Mark Messier. Shout out to Alan. There was a set that had these little mini helmets with it. You could get them also autographed. They also had a chrome version of them. I at one time had all of the helmets, but probably like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I sold them all on eBay. Probably should have held on to them because they're worth ridiculous money now. Like some of the autographs I've seen go for $500-600 on the helmets. I'm not sure what they're limited to, but it is a really cool idea. And the way they had it, I think it was like part of the box. Like there was a box within a box. So you had that little helmet, and then next to it or on top of it was the little helmet thing. And then you could open up the cards within that separate box. So he used a hairdryer? Yeah, that would make sense. They would heat up. Oh, it didn't go well. So, yeah, there's probably no way around it then. I think the best way to do it is just the way I'm doing it. Which, it's like limited as far as the cracking. Although it's still really bad. This is all one card. Yeah, I think just going slow and pulling them apart is the best way. Because you can't really see much paper loss. And they were stuck together. Well, there it is right there, I guess. But it's weird because the areas that... Yeah, it is the center. So it's right here where they're sticking together. Also, these boxes were like stacked on top of one another. So maybe because of that too, the weight displacement pushed like the box of cards together. And when it was like a certain temperature, it just ended up fastening them together in some weird way. Some are worse than others, though. That is for sure. I bet these cost a lot to make. I mean, both sides, color cards. It's really funny to think about where cards went from where they were. I never liked the whole glossy factor to cards here. So I do like this set. Alexei Zamzanov. It's a gold rookie set, but the kind of cracked ice look to the logo there, or the font. It's kind of cool. And another. So yeah, these are basically commons, but little secret, you send these to ComC, you can get $2 to $3 on them. Because people, I don't know, they just love having their team on a card on itself. Something they can put on their desk, I guess, maybe. Martin Stratka. You can see my face. It's almost like nails on a chalkboard. There's Trent Klopp. Just don't like that sound. Tommy Soderstrom. Like, that's really not that cool of a helmet, but if you guys remember all the amazing designs that they used to do, basically to intimidate people. I mean, that's the original hockey masks like Jason Voorhees or Darius Kasparaitis. Great name. Ooh, this one's really bad. There's Ted Donato, so another person, another Donato. Pat Verbeek. I always liked his name. This would probably be a cool set to put together. Ooh! That sound. See, even after doing that, it's a brick. Definitely this side of the box is really lacking on the inserts. Oh man. Now I doubt the Ducks one's going to be like one that will sell on ComC, but for sure the Florida would be. And I just say that because I think they don't even call them they just call them the Ducks, right? They don't call them the Mighty Ducks anymore because it's not something that they need to do branding for. There's a Mike Richter. Another Rod Brindamore. Definitely got multiples of, so there's 200 cards in the set. Definitely got multiples though. There's at least so far there was 3 of the Mario base cards. The checklists are cool though because they do the award winners on them. I pretty much keep all the cards, Hunter. I'm weird. This summer, well, the summer's pretty much over, I plan to like go live from the storage unit and show you guys all the stuff that's there. But I'm having trouble with my streaming from there. I don't know if it's just that cell towers or what, but I have tried 3 or 4 times to do it, and it just midstream will just disconnect. So I don't know a way around it unless I like figured out. What I use is I have Xfinity. It's for my cable. I use their tower. I don't use my actual because I do have internet on my phone. Maybe if I use my phone internet. I just have not found a sweet spot. But to let you know, in that thing, there's so many of these years of sets. If anybody ever needed to work on sets, I would think that I would be able to assist in making sets, unless it's the Diamond King set for Bill, which obviously I failed on that one. Well, I mean, I did help with a couple of them, but it wasn't enough to be worthwhile, or you know, to finalize it. I have my own sets that I haven't been to put together. So you got Paper Loss 86 Tops Rack Pack. That's rough. So that's true. I wonder too. So Colorado is like there's no humidity, but like you're saying with that, if you look at this, that is not only heat, but that had to be some kind of water too, right? So my thoughts were, since they're not temperature controlled and they're outside, the boxes were close to the front end of the storage unit previously, and when it would snow a lot, all of it would come off the rooftops at the storage unit, and it would pile up around the doorway. And then when that would melt, all that humidity was released into the storage unit. So not only that, being towards the front, it had more direct sunlight. So probably just a combination. But there is definitely something that happened there. The packs themselves have a ripple, and they shouldn't. Work harder. I know. Sorry, Bill. Maybe I'll be lucky and find more stuff in there. Like I said, the 4 3-row boxes full of numbered cards. I just didn't see any Diamond King ones in there, but I'm not sure if you guys have seen, what are they called? It's like a card file, and it has like 4 rows, 5 rows, 5 across, 3 down. And I have like a bunch of those. So when I was going through them, each one of those boxes was full of numbered cards. Now, not all of them are like numbered, really low numbered, but like just here, I'll grab a stack of them to give you an example. Stacks are all over the floor. Right, this is just a small stack, but it's like the quantity. So the guy I got that collection from, the quantity was nuts on certain sets. Now this is your standard Bowman, but like that's to 99, that one's to 250, 500. This was kind of cool. So these are die cuts to 100. And then all of these are to 1500, but that's crazy to have that many numbered cards in one stack. Those are to 1500 too. Eventually I'll price them out and put them in the sale. I'll show one more thing. So Upper Deck did this during one of the years where it was like a glossy top to it. They also had like a refractor too with it. These are like to 50. Those are to 99. It's like the different colors. There was green, red, purple. But just telling you, I was super excited to find all of these. I'm putting them in soft sleeves now. They weren't before, which is probably, I don't know, good or bad that they were that way. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Clinton. It's like nuts to find that many cards in there. But there is a base non-reflective one, but those base ones are a parallel within themselves too. So I shouldn't say they're base. It's a base parallel, I guess. I don't always start out with the dollar cards. Like the last sales, I went with the more expensive ones first. But not everybody is into buying expensive cards. So tomorrow, it's definitely going to be dollar cards because I added just, you know, stacks of new ones that I would like to go through. Then there were a ton of just base refractors. These aren't numbered or anything, but it's a whole bunch of like Bowman refractors, these little ones. That one's cool. Got Don Cherry. That suit. I think there was probably about 3,000 just refractor cards. What I should do is put them together in an album and like sell the entire album for a certain price. Oh man. But I was talking to Clinton about it, so I had to pick my sister up from the airport, and my storage unit, it's about an hour away from where I am. There's enough. So there was 2 inserts in this one pack. That's what I mean. This thing is hit or miss, but sometimes there's a ton of stuff in here. So from the painted, I thought I had more of the painted ones. Just 2. It's kind of cool how they have like a face-off look to them. I never noticed that before. So if you were to put them in 9-pocket pages, they probably had it set up to, I don't know, have at least a couple of them face off. Only 2 of the Mario cards though. And then the hat trick one's 3, 2 of the painted warriors, 1 all-star, 2 Mario, 1 rookie, and then there were 5 of these. And there's still a whole stack to go. I don't feel like you would see that even in the modern stuff you would open. And they didn't have that many sets. I mean, now mind you, they're not all numbered, so who knows what the print run was. I'm doing ASMR on that, right? That might be distracting though. Bill Guerin, another Granado. Oof. I'm gonna be grilling here in a minute. I have the grill warming up. Patrick Waugh is very interesting. Man. I'm guessing there's not going to be any inserts in this one because I have 2 in the last one. You never know. Olaf Samuelson, gotta love that name. Or Ulf. Dallas Drake. Oh man. Like a zipper almost when you open these. Paul Coffey. Always like Paul Coffey. All right. Last stack, y'all. Let's see what we do. Definitely the most exciting thing so far was the free pack I opened at the beginning, but I mean, I do like a lot of these inserts. Cool cards. sure I have many of them in different boxes anyway. Ray Bork, which is of course what the Swedish chef says. I'm sure that they weren't calling out his name, but you know, gotta have fun. Shout out to Chuck Nasty. Chuck loves Roenick. I always liked Roenick as a Blackhawk. Norm. Lord. And we're looking at almost an hour and a half it's going to take to go through a box that should only take a half an hour to go through. Robert Reichel. Do you keep your paper loss cards, Hunter, or do you get rid of them? So I just noticed this is the USA edition, so I guess there was a Canadian edition. I'll have to ask Jeff if that means that there was a version that was in French. Oh, yep. Enjoy your din, man. I'm about ready to try to speed this up so I can go get mine started. I'm super hungry. Enjoy the din. I always enjoy it if I'm staying at my mom's as she's making dinner. Something about mom's cooking, right? It's made with love. Yeah, the backgrounds of these, I think the backs of these cards are actually better than the fronts. Although they're not like as a purist hockey card. They're all kaijus, obviously. That's some significant loss. But yeah, some of it rubs off of here. But also more of it is probably the card coming apart. What's up, Ryan? Hope you're well today. Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. I'm gonna start calling this the paper loss packs. Do a series of all paper loss. Wow. Tony Amonte. Rick Tocchet. Love these old school player names. This is, gosh, definitely the oddball box here. So far, 3 of the Mighty Ducks card and 4 of the Panthers. I was going to say Marlins. They were also an expansion club, but that's where my mind gets kind of confused since I do all sports. It can get really confusing with players, teams, on average 30 some teams per sport with all the different players and stars, and then the fact that their careers last 10 to 15 in a good run, much less for most players. Yankees beat the Red Sox. Well, right on. Steve Leach and Mark Ricci. Didn't you used to be a Cardinals fan too? It's okay to have multiple teams. Like, I am a Cubs and Rockies fan. Although people would still wonder why I'd want two teams that would subject me to so much heartache. I don't know. Glutton for punishment, maybe. Ray Shepard. Dave Anderchuk. I have a game used stick of his signed somewhere. He played with the Avs. I think he got his 500th goal while here. I'm pretty sure he did. But I had a buddy who knew the equipment manager for the Avalanche. So I ended up with a few different sticks. And then I would either get them signed at local events, or if I had to, there was a company that I could send it to that I did on one occasion. My God, these are sticky. Mr. Verbeek again. Mike Ricci. Wearing his partials. You can't really tell there, but the man has probably like one tooth in his mouth. That is the true sign of a hockey player, is not having any teeth. Taking a puck to the face. Padres and Chiefs. Huh. So you don't like it when people talk about the Chiefs in a bad way, huh? I think you brought this up before because you were talking about, that is the 4th Mario card. We were talking about how divisionally I didn't care for them, being I'm a Broncos guy. And you liked them, and I was like, it didn't seem like a team that you would like, Tom. But then again, how much do we really know about each other? Or any of us know about each other, right? I mean, we know what the other person tells us. We don't hang out with that person all the time. Are those pyramids? All right. Something in Edmonton, I guess. There's the arch. That looks kind of cool, actually. I don't know why they didn't use the same background for everybody, because a lot of the backgrounds, like, they have multiple backgrounds. I guess to give some variety, but Claude Lemieux. That's just, I don't know. If I'm looking at a Pittsburgh one, I have no clue what that bridge is or what the significance of it is. Chiefs are a Midwest team. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Are we talking about obvious teams or obvious things? Denver is a mile-high team. I don't understand the Midwest thing. What does that even mean? That's true, Bill. I helped my mom out and my sister. It's kind of, I am the man of the family now. And my son, he hasn't like taken over any of those things. He's still kind of the kid. So we don't ask a lot of him. Once he finishes college, all bets are off. We're going to call in a bunch of things. KC isn't that far from Chicago. So that makes still. So you're just saying, as things go, that's a close team. That's why you like them. I gotcha. Well, good for you. You do you, Tom. Everybody do what they like to do. If it doesn't hurt somebody, then it can't be wrong. Nice. So Peter Fallon, I guess, was on Endor. See like an Ewok in the background, right? Little head poking out right there. I'm sure it's Redwood Forest, but anyway. I don't think of San Jose. San Jose is more south, I thought. I thought Redwood Forest was more north. Who knows? Maybe they just do it for the state that they're in. Another Casperitis. It sounds like a disease. He came down with the Casperitis. All right, I'm really falling apart here. My hands are like hurting just doing this. Brent Suter. Is this an insert? So we got 2 of the Potvin cards now, right? Right? Yeah. Darn it. I was hoping for a new one. So I think I understand what you're saying, Tom. You're justifying why you like KC because it's not that far away. I mean, for me, growing up in Iowa, that's why I like Chicago teams. I mean, I did have friends that were like all about, like my stepdad, he was into Wisconsin. He was a big Packers fan. I had some people I went to school with who were Vikings fans. Actually, the first NFL game I went to was a Vikings game. I ended up going with a buddy of mine and his dad. Which was fun. I had these weird expectations, though, and when I came to Denver and went to my first Broncos game, it was just different. I don't know if you guys remember or saw, like on a Denver game, the Barrel Man. It was like a Denver labeled barrel, like a. I don't even know what the barrel would have held in it normally, but he wore that and suspenders and probably some boxers under it, I guess. But he'd always be out in the cold. I imagine that it was like freezing cold, like Chicago cold, because I've been to Bears games and Denver cold is nothing like Chicago cold. I'm sure it's the lake effect, but it's just harsher. Midwest weather is way harsher. All right, so that's it. All right, what is the count on inserts? Really low number on the Lemieux cards. There's only 2 of them out of there. And the claim to fame on this box is get some of the Mario Collection cards, whereas there was only 2. Definitely the best card would have been the gold signature Gretzky. The most extreme off-centered one was the Iserman, which is crazy off-centered. We got Doug Gilmore. Pat Fallon. So we got 2 Pat cards there. That's 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 different inserts in the box of 36 packs. So that's pretty good. I'm not sure how much paper loss is on all of these, but probably significant. I should really check on ComC and see if like a lot of them say that they're EX excellent to mint condition, which is like their somewhat damaged cards on the website. always a Mahomes fan. Gotcha. I absolutely despise him, but that's just me. Everything about him. But you do you. If you enjoy Patrick Mahomes, you enjoy him. I think his time to be a star is gone. And I think he's going to just continue to go downhill. He's not going to be like, how many people are like Tom Brady where they continue to be amazing? But I could be wrong. Prove me wrong, Mahomes. Prove me wrong. All right, I will see you all tomorrow. Stop by tomorrow, 2:30. I think it's 2:30 East. No, 3:30 Eastern time, something like that. 2:30 Mountain time. Tons of cards. Since Jeff is going to be here, I'm going to eat some of the stuff he sent me. He says this is the most amazing candy bar, so I do want to try it. I don't promise that I'll chew the gum that's going to turn my teeth black, but it still tastes like soap. And I just don't know how that's a claim to fame, but it is. How could a gum be so popular because it tastes like soap? You crazy Canadians. All right. Peace.